Hello everybody, welcome to the next episode of Michael's Kitchen, and today in this episode we'll be making a beef pot pie. And let me show you, these are the ingredients listed below. So we have a puff pastry, a bit of chicken stock, eggs, some bourbon, red wine, got flour, and here I got my leek and my herbs, so star anise, bay leaves and thyme. And I got my meats, bacon, my garlic with oil, salt and pepper, butter, oil, my carrots, my onion and my mushrooms, and yeah, that's about it. So your first step is preheating your oven to 205 degrees Celsius, and then I'll show you the step after that. Okay, so now your first step is you want to coat your meat in a bit of flour. So just transfer some of the flour and just get the flour covered on all sides of the meat. That way it creates a crust. So as your meat cooks, it won't dry out. So in goes my oil first, and you want to get this up to temperature. And I'm going to cook my beef in about half batches. So yeah, as I said before, you just want to stir this constantly, and so it gets a nice crust all over, and then you transfer it to another bowl to cool it down. Okay, so these batches are much better now. As you can see, I've got the nice crust, and then just transfer to a bowl. And then I'll see for the step after. Okay, so in my same pan where I cooked the beef, now you want to get it, heat it back up to temperature, and you want to add your bacon in. And so with the bacon, just you want to cook this off until it gets very crispy. And depending on the size, how you cut your bacon, I cut mine very small, so it will cook up very fast. So in goes my water, and the good thing about once you add your water, you want to scrape your pan and get all the brown bits off, because that's where all the flavour is. Yeah, so once you scrape off all your brown bits, then you want to transfer it to a bigger pot, which is make sure the pot they're using is also oven proof. So in goes to my pot now. Okay, so your next step now is you want to add your leek and your onions. So it's about your leek, your onion, your carrots, and then you want to cook, stirring occasionally. So I just wait till my pot gets up to temperature again. Yeah, and you know it's back up to temperature once you hear sizzle vigorously. And now I can add my leek. And so once you add your leek, you want to cook this off for about 5 minutes, and once they begin to soften, or until they begin to soften slightly. Yeah, so if you come into the camera now, just want to cook this off for until they begin to soften, and then we can get on with the next step. Yeah, so now once your vegetables start to soften, now you want to add your parsley and your garlic. So in goes my garlic. And parsley. And then you just want to cook this up for about a minute or two. Get a touch more oil. And then, so your next step now is you want to add your brandy. So here's about 1 tablespoon. And you just want to cook this up until pretty much all of it evaporates. And then we can get on with the step after that. Yeah, so pretty much you want to cook this off until most of it evaporates, but then leaving all the flavors go into the vegetables. And then that's when you want to add, and you can add your stock and etc. after that. So which is pretty much now, so in goes my stock and the rest of my herbs. And so you also want to add your bay leaf and your sour anise and your bok and your thyme leaves. And also the wine. So in goes my wine. And in goes the rest of my herbs. And then you just want to bring this back up to temperature. Okay, so now whilst your meat is getting back up to temperature, you want to mix 1 tablespoon of butter with about 1 tablespoon of flour. And then quickly mix that, and then you want to mix it into your beef mixture, and that way it gives it a nice crust. Yeah. Hello everybody, welcome to the next episode of Michael's Kitchen, and today in this episode we'll be making a beef pot pie. And let me show you, these are the ingredients listed below. So we have a puff pastry, a bit of chicken stock, eggs, some bourbon, red wine, got flour, and here I got my leek and my herbs, so star anise, bay leaves and thyme. And I got my meats, bacon, my garlic with oil, salt and pepper, butter, oil, my carrots, my onion and my mushrooms, and yeah, that's about it. So your first step is preheating your oven to 205 degrees Celsius, and then I'll show you the step after that. Okay, so now transfer to the pan. Just make sure all your meat is submerged into the pan, and then we can transfer it to the oven. And so you want to put it into the oven, so put the lid on at 200 degrees. Yeah, so you just want to cook that for 1.5 hours, and I'll see you for the step after that. Until brown. Okay, so whilst our pie is getting just the last bit of cooking, time to get on with pretty much the second last step, so which is cooking your mushrooms and your onion. So you're just in a pan, go heat it up. Just put the rest of your butter in, which should be about 1 tablespoon. And then we can start cooking our onions and our mushrooms. And you just want to cook this off for about on low to medium heat for about 8 minutes, until once they get a bit slightly get softened. and then that's when we can chuck it into the, get it mixed in with the rest of the filling and do our final bake. Yeah, so like I said before, you just want to cook this up for 6 to 8 minutes until once they get softened about halfway through, then I'll show you then. So about half an hour before your pie finishes cooking, you want to take it out of oh actually no, we'll just say it cooked for about an hour and a bit, or just once you see the color. And on the side, what I did was I fried up some mushrooms and some onion, and with the remaining of my butter. And the last step is just putting this in, giving it a mix, and then transferring into a new dish to bake with the pastry on top. So now I just give it all a quick mix. Get a knife so I don't burn my hand. And as you can see from the flour and all the sauce, it's become a lovely texture. And also a good thing to do now is you want to take out your bay leaves. Yeah, so now you just want to transfer it into your baking dish. So. Still there's one bit of leaf left. Okay, wow, it's hot. Bad move. So after transferring all of your filling into your dish, and you just want to coat it with the top with a bit of pastry, puff pastry, give it a nice egg wash, and then we can put it back into the oven. And once you put it in the oven, you want to bake it for another about 20 minutes or half an hour until once the top gets a beautiful color, that's when you're ready to take it out. So here's my last bit of stuffing. Okay, beautiful. So now, just want to smooth it out. Just last piece of leaf left. Bear with me whilst I take this pastry out of the bag. Yeah, so what I've done is I've made sure I've thawed out my pastry as well, so it's nice and easy pliable, but it might be a bit too soft, and so now I'm taking my plastic wrap. And then what you want to do now is just lift it up and fold it through. So that way, yeah, all the pastry touches the pie, and so it'll get cooked nicely. And so you just want to crimp the edges to the side. What we'll do is now get a knife and just make a small incision to let all the steam escape. And you can choose to make like a funky design if you like. I'm just going to keep it easy and make a hole in the middle. Now, I'll just give it a nice egg wash. Get the last bit coated, and then now ready to put back into the oven. So now just get in the oven, like I said before, for about 30 minutes or so. Once the pastry gets a beautiful golden color, and then the inside of the pie should be bubbling hot, and then you can take it out. So I'll show you when it's time. So I'll see you when I take it. Okay, so I've taken my pie out of my oven and I've let it cool like a little bit, so it's still piping hot. But if you come and look a little bit closer, see the gorgeous color from the egg wash, and then the whole just got covered with the. I'll just shut up and then I'll dig in. So my pastry is lovely and crispy. Okay, beautiful. Get a bit more of this filling. Pastry nice and crispy. Okay, so here goes. Hopefully I don't burn my mouth. Here goes. Oh, so hot. Beautiful dish. You got the meat is cooked just right or just enough, so it's because it's been in the oven a little bit longer, the meat is kind of got all tender, so tenderized, and then together with the mushrooms and the onion, they're both beautifully soft as well. Lovely dish. I'll just see if I can describe any more flavors. 1 second. It's very tasty. Oh. Hot. And what you can also taste is a little bit of that wine, but because it's been cooked off slowly, all of the alcohol flavors are all gone, but it's kind of got that the slight fruitiness. and together with the sauce that came out of the meat, which becomes like a gravy. Wonderful, wonderful dish. So thank you for tuning in to another episode of Michael's Kitchen. Feel free to smash that thumbs up button, the like button, and subscribe if you are enjoying what you're seeing. And I hope to see you again.